Hey Karu, how's it going? I'm making another video for you here. I'm going to cut in footage that I've taken with my new camera during this video because that way you're looking less at me. And you'll notice I turned off the motion tracking on the gimbal so that it's just acting like a tripod, which should make things a little less distracting. So my list of things, got my new camera. I'm really enjoying it. I've been taking a ton of pictures, been practicing, taking video with it. I'm super excited about it. I think I've talked to you about it before, but it's lightweight. It was inexpensive relatively, and I carried it with me on walks with Scott Fairley in the morning, and taking pictures and taking video, and it gives me the added zoom, and the picture quality is great. It's not gonna break open a new world, but it's super cool. And actually, I've got a camera case now where I can put it and my other camera into it, and then bring them with me wherever I go. So I'm looking forward to that. Speaking of wherever I go, we have quite the next year and a half of activities, and it's funny because over the last 6 years, so this January is going to be 6 years since I quit my job at the tribes. And in that time, we've done a lot of traveling and a lot of interesting stuff. And I think since we came home beginning of August, we're going to have kind of the longest stretch of just being at home without taking a trip that we've had since I quit my job. And that's from now until the end of January, or from end of July to the end of January. So that's what, August, September, October, November, December, January. That's 6 months being in Pendleton, just hanging out without taking any real trips. Now Sarah took a trip in October, but that doesn't count. So I'm going to tell you what we just realized we have planned for this year. The first thing is, actually, we just decided we're going to go to France in the end of January. Sarah's currently writing a book set in France, and we had talked about maybe going. I tried to talk her into going in December so that she could see some of the places in the book, but she said no. And we were originally talking about going to Arizona in the camper van, but we're still dealing with the changes in our life with Melissa's death, and we just decided that wasn't what we wanted to do. And Sarah decided that maybe going to France would be a good option. So we're going to take 10 days and go and tour around Knights Templar sites in France from the 11th and 12th century, maybe some 13th century. And it turns out a lot of the remaining sites are in the south of France, so we'll be in the south of France along the Mediterranean for most of that trip. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'll let you know more about that later. So that's end of January. End of March, Sarah, I think I told you about this, Sarah was asked to speak at this conference on whales in Hervonia, Kansas, and they've rescheduled that. That was originally supposed to be this fall for end of March. So we're hoping to take our van and drive there and maybe come visit you after that. So we'll keep coordinating with you on that as the time goes forward. So then in May, preferably the end of May, we're going to go back to Wales. And so we're looking forward to that. And this may be just Sarah and I again. All three of these trips may just be Sarah and I. And it's kind of funny because we may be leaving Taryn. I know that the trip to France is just going to be Sarah and I for sure, but we may leave Taryn with Gareth and Heidi. So that would be end of May. Then we always have camp in the beginning of July, going to Cape Cod for 2 weeks in the end of July, and we're probably going to drive. So it'll probably be a month all told, and hopefully we'll come see you maybe both in July and August. So on the way there and on the way back. Then Sarah has gotten us a place during Roundup in Sun River in Bend, south of Bend. So that'll be in September. And then She has got us a place to go to Puerto Vallarta in October. I think it's October. Maybe it's early November, late October. Um, she'd like to go back to Puerto Vallarta. So she's got the place reserved. We'll see if that actually comes off because we can always cancel that if we decide not to go. But so that would be next October. And then the big thing that we have planned, and we've been talking about this for a long time, but I think we're actually gonna do it. I think we're committed this time, is to go to Wales for 6 months. So we would leave in December of 2020 and come home in May of 2021. And if we're there for 6 months and we have a place, and you guys want to come on your way to or from visiting Duncan and Clelia, maybe we could arrange something. I don't know. I realize that with the distribution of your children all over the place, well, I mean, it's just Duncan and Clelia, but still, and the amount of time you have off, maybe that doesn't work for you. But I wanted to extend the offer and see if you want to do that. So anyway, that's what we've got planned over the next year and a half. And so we're going to be busy with lots of travel, hopefully. So other things going on. I told you about my camera. I think singing in the men's chorus, which I'm enjoying this year. So I've got a concert in December 14th, and then we'll have a concert in June. So probably right after we get back from Wales. And then the other thing that's going on is Taryn is taking classes at the community college and driving now. So his schedule has kind of filled up. So he's doing a lot of stuff. He's doing volunteers at the library. He's in karate. He's taking a anthropology class at the community college. He's still doing piano. Actually, he's really gotten into piano recently. He practices all the time, and he's really enjoying it, which is awesome that he's kind of embraced that. And then he's doing math with a tutor, and he actually he's doing physics. So he's just started doing physics. So, oh, guess what? My phone says you're calling me, so I'm going to stop this video and I'm going to answer your call. So, you called me in the middle of that last video when I was shooting. I don't remember where I was, but basically I was done. Since you interrupted me, I went and cooked myself some dinner because I'm hungry. So I'm eating this delicious chili with guacamole on it, which I don't know if you ever had chili with guacamole on it. I like it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.